Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to introduce today's presentation on a very important topic. We'll be discussing the final project, Real-World Cybersecurity Failure Report, focusing on the MOVEit transfer data breach. Specifically, we'll analyze the impact of CVE 202334362. This is a case study that highlights failures in secure software development and the resulting global data compromise. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore what happened, why it matters, and what lessons we can learn to prevent future incidents. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. My name is MOVEit Sally Alamin. My eDex username is MOVEit Sally Alamin, and my GitHub handle is MS-Alamin. Today, I will be discussing a significant cybersecurity incident that took place in May 2023, known as the MOVEit transfer data breach, identified as CVE 202334362. I chose this topic because it highlights a major failure in secure software development and patch management, both of which are critical concepts for this course. It ties directly into key areas like vulnerability management, data protection, and the importance of secure coding practices. Now, let's look at the key details of this incident. It happened in May 2023 and involved the MOVEit transfer software developed by Progress Software. The vulnerability exploited was CVE 202334362, which is a SQL injection flaw. So, what exactly happened? This was a zero-day exploit, meaning the vulnerability was discovered and exploited before anyone had a chance to patch it. The attackers took advantage of a SQL injection vulnerability to access databases without authorization. Because the software didn't properly sanitize user input, the attackers could run malicious SQL commands, which allowed them to extract sensitive files from the system. They also uploaded a web shell named Human2 ASPs, which gave them remote code execution capabilities. This web shell allowed persistent access, meaning they could maintain control over the compromised systems over time. This vulnerability impacted both on-premise and cloud-based deployments worldwide, making it one of the largest data breaches of 2023. It really underscores how dangerous critical zero-day flaws can be, especially in widely used enterprise tools. The global impact was massive. Hundreds of organizations around the world were affected, including well-known names like the BBC, Shell, and even the U.S. Department of Energy, along with numerous government agencies and universities. Millions of personal records, names, social security numbers, financial data were compromised. The threat actor responsible was the Clop ransomware group, which used the stolen data to demand ransom payments. Now, why did this happen? The root causes trace back to failures in the software development lifecycle, or SDLC. For example, there was a lack of secure coding practices, such as proper input validation and the use of parameterized queries. The vulnerability wasn't caught because testing and code review processes failed to identify the SQL injection flaw. Plus, organizations were slow to apply the emergency patches issued by Progress Software, which could have prevented the breach. There was also an over-reliance on perimeter defenses, instead of adopting a more layered security approach like Zero Trust. So, what lessons can we learn? The MOVEit breach reminds us that even trusted software can be weaponized if security isn't integrated throughout development. It's crucial to embed security into every phase of the SDLC by conducting regular code reviews, enforcing secure coding standards, and ensuring timely patching. Quick application of patches can make all the difference. Additionally, implementing data protection measures like network segmentation, encryption, and zero trust models can limit the damage if a breach occurs. Regular security audits and third-party testing are also essential to identify vulnerabilities before attackers do. In conclusion, this incident shows how a single unpatched vulnerability can have global consequences. It emphasizes that proactive, comprehensive security is absolutely necessary to protect our data and systems. Thank you for listening to my presentation.